Hi, and welcome to the Nailey's Dance Podcast. This is Ashley, your host. Today is January the 4th. It's around 3:30, and I'm hoping it's not going to get too dark, because it kind of gets dark a little early here, because of course it's winter time. Oh, here's Meow Meow. Meow Meow is my cat. She's super shy. I'm surprised she's making an appearance. Hold on, let me see if I can get her. Come here. Come on. If she comes over here, I'll try to grab her, but she doesn't like to be picked up. Oh, and here's Zoe, of course. They're best friends. Zoe and Meow Meow, they play together all the time. They're always together. They wrestle and they chase each other, and they're both pretty young. Like a little aside about Meow Meow, we got her last year. Well, maybe a year and a half ago. I can't really remember. And we got her from my neighbor who, she rescues animals. She goes into animal shelters, and when the animals are about to be put down, sometimes she rescues them and brings them home and tries to find them homes. And Meow Meow was one of the last ones she hadn't found a home for. She rescued 20 cats from the next county over's animal shelter. Sorry. I don't know if you saw that. It said low battery on my phone. But anyway, she was one of the last to be found home for, because she was so shy she would never come out. So I told her I would take her. I really like shy animals. I just like animals in general. And so she said, okay, I'll try to catch her. So she did. She brought her over here. And she spent about 3 months in the basement hiding. And thank you, Zoe. And it's apparent that she had either been abused or never been around people before. But I got her out, of her shell. And she made best friends with Zoe. And now, she's still a little shy, but she's just the sweetest thing. She doesn't really like loud noises, so she mostly comes out when things are quiet, but she goes in and out of the house. That's why she's happy. I tried to make her just an inside cat, because we live pretty close to the road, but she wasn't having that. She escaped several times, so she kind of made it clear she just wanted to be outside most of the time, and then just inside to sleep or rest or whatever. So that was her choice. Like I said, she escaped last winter because I guess she couldn't stand being inside. And then she would stay gone for a couple weeks, and then she came back. So, I can't really keep her in if she doesn't want to be inside all the time. But anyway, she's a really good cat. She's very sweet. Anyway. Sorry for that aside. That was, you probably had never seen her before, but she's very elusive. A lot of people, when they come over to my house, don't even know I have a cat, because they'll be like, oh my god, there's a cat right there, and I'm like, I know, that's my cat. And I'm like, I didn't know you had a cat. Anyway, so for knitting, I only have 2 things, but I made pretty good progress on each thing. So I have my L-wing cardigan, and I stopped in the middle of a row, of course, but I have joined in the round. I finished both sleeves, and I have joined in the round, and I'm making raglan decreases as per the pattern. So I've made it pretty far, maybe 2.5 inches or so on the decreases. And you're supposed to decrease, the decreases will be up here, and then you do the top of the shoulder, and then you pick up for the button band, which I'm not sure if the pattern actually originally had buttons. But I don't think I'm going to do buttons. I think I'm just going to leave it kind of like an open thing. because I don't really like to button. I have like quite large breast. And when you button things, sometimes they like try to gap and stuff, even if I do like a button band grosgrain ribbon. So anyway, I'll probably just leave it open, or maybe just do one button. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, I really like it. This is out of my House Music colorway. It has all kinds of colors in it, but you still really, in person you can tell the pattern better than on camera, really. So it has this bigger cable, and it has a little cable, big cable, little cable, all the way across. So that is pretty close to being complete, and I'm pretty excited about that because I'm hoping to wear it. Well, this is really kind of like a either around the house or a spring or fall kind of piece because it's pretty airy, it's open, it's really stretchy. You can kind of see through it, you see. The pattern originally calls for DK weight yarn, and I just thought I kind of wanted like a more lightweight, featherweight, I guess you would call it, cardigan, because a lot of the ones I have right now are kind of heavier, I guess. But I really like the lighter weight yarns, even though it takes longer, because my chest and my shoulders are so big anyway. I don't want to add more bulk to myself. Anyway, so that was Elwyn. That was by Lamb Strings Yarn. Or no, Lamb... I guess she does dye yarn. I guess it's just Lamb Strings. Then I have... Sorry, I just did my nails. Now they're... I should have filed them, but I didn't. Not catching. Anyway, this is called Soft Stones by Modish Knits. And you saw me last time. I had just restarted it because the first time I did it was way too big. Even though it was supposed to be a little bit big, this was like way too big. And so I have the first 6 inches that it calls for in stockinette completed. So now I'm ready to pick out this provisional cast on and do the front. So this is the back, and then you'll pick up and do the front, left and right. I've never done a sweater constructed like that before. This is also a pretty lightweight one, a lightweight sweater. And this is my Sparkle Sock base, so this is fingering weight. But I have no idea what color it is. I think it's just a one of a kind. I've just decided it's probably just a one of a kind that I did. Although I did 3 skeins of it. So who knows? I don't know. But I just threw it in I decided I was going to keep it for myself, obviously, because I put it in my own stash. I don't do a lot of things. I don't know why I do them. But anyway, I decided it was for me, obviously, when I did it. But then I didn't label it of what colorway it was. I think it's a mix. It kind of like the way it's almost striping. Almost. It's very neat. And I love these colors. I wear a lot of blue and denim and pink and all these colors. Gray that I showed. So, this is actually a 2-color sweater. The main body is one, and then you do the sleeves. One sleeve is striped, the main color, and the contrast color all the way down, and then the other sleeve is just plain. I think I'm going to dye this color blue and do the sleeves. Like the light turquoisey color. I really like that color, and really the dark blue too would be pretty. I don't know, I'll decide what I'm going to do later. Or maybe even dark gray. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. We'll see when it's time, I guess. But you have to knit the whole body first, and then you have to do the sleeves, so that's, you just worry about that last. Anyway, I did all 6 inches of that. It didn't take too long. I watched it I knit this while I was watching Downton Abbey, I think. I had started Downton Abbey a long time ago, actually when I was pregnant, and I was really, really sick while I was pregnant, and I just didn't get into it for whatever. I just didn't feel good, and I just didn't get into it. But my friend was over, she's like, you have to give it another try, and I was like, okay. So I turned it on, and I think I watched the first 5 episodes, and I knit that while doing other things, obviously, like laundry. I like to watch shows while I'm doing folding laundry. And so yeah, I'm really into it. It's not on, I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, so I'm watching it on Amazon Prime. My friend let me have her login information. Shh. And, so I'm watching it on there. And I'll get into other things that I'm watching later. I'm watching a lot of shows. Usually I only get to watch like kids shows, like Strawberry Shortcake, and mostly Strawberry Shortcake these days. But then I'm like, well, I really need some adult shows that I can watch myself that are appropriate for watching in front of her too. So I thought, well, I can watch Downton Abbey, and I can watch some other things. I'm watching this other show called Atelier. It's a Netflix original. I think that's how you say it. Atelier. That's how it's spelled. Atelier. The thing is Atelier. It's like a Japanese created Japanese. It's set in Japan, and it has subtitles and everything, but it's a Netflix original, and I'm really liking that too. Even it's kind of a lot like Devil Wears Prada. It's this girl who's kind of geeky, and she's a fiber nerd. She loves fiber, which is kind of fitting for us too as knitters. But she loves fiber, and she gets hired on to this lingerie shop that does custom, very expensive lingerie, and she's kind of, like I said, geeky, and kind of the boss tells her she's really tacky, and she just can't stand her because she's ugly and stuff. But anyway, it's a really cute show. I really like it, and it's something I can watch in front of Neely too. There's no bad language or anything. She asked me why they were speaking Spanish, which is kind of funny. I said they're not speaking Spanish. It's very hard to explain to a 3-year-old why people speak different languages and how far away things are. So the next town's very far away to her. Or very close, I don't know. 3-year-olds have no concept. But anyway, it was kind of funny. I really like that show. And I'm watching Rain. That I had to watch that, though, with her not in the room. That is not a show that you should probably watch in front of your kids. Well, it's probably a teenage. It's a CW show, so it's for teenagers, but definitely not for 3-year-olds. There's a lot of sex in it. There's not really I don't think well, there is, I think, some language, but not that much. But I really like that show. It's like a soap opera. I'm like a train wreck. I just can't stop watching it. But I really, really like historical fiction. So it really piques my interest. I really like the costumes, like how it's definitely period, but then I kind of put a contemporary flair on it. I really like that, and I know some of it is historically accurate, but I don't actually know how much of it, because I haven't really researched a lot of the Mary Queen of Scots history. But anyway, it's very interesting how things come about. I'll just leave it at that. I just really recommend it, though. It's on Netflix. Like I said, it's a CW show too, so you could probably watch it. I know it's still coming on, but I know there's 2 seasons on Netflix. Probably the 3rd season just came out. I don't know. I haven't had regular TV in 7 years or something, so everything at Netflix is new to me. I'm like, oh, that's new. Have you ever watched that show? And they're like, yeah, it's been out forever. Oh well. So that's it for knitting. I haven't picked up my socks, but I have figured out that I'm going to do a chevron for my Wonder Woman socks. the toe. Again, even though I've made no progress. But for the Wonder Woman, I think I'm going to do the foot just plain up to the heel, and the leg I'm going to do a chevron for the Wonder Woman, so it'd be kind of like this. And that was an idea by my friend Jessica on Ravelry. I was like, that's such a good idea, I'm going to do that. So, sorry, I'm kind of sniffly today. My nose is really itchy because of my allergies. But anyway, so I just got a little toe done. I did no other work to it. I started a little cross stitch. My friend Sonia, we always hang out every weekend. We have crafternoons or whatever. We pick something to do, and we picked cross stitch this weekend. Oh, here's Meow Meow. Say hi. That's Meow Meow. She doesn't like to be picked up. Yeah, she's very pretty. She's very quiet. But anyway, so she said she wanted to do a unicorn for my friend Gina, which she might be watching the show. Gina, if you're watching, fast forward this part, which I don't think she will be, but we'll see. And she's going to make she's going to cross stitch the unicorn. It's all in rainbow colors, and it has like a little heart on the butt, on the rear, I guess you'd call it. And she's going to make like a little headache pillow out of it, like cut it across and stuff it. I have a fabric sachet on the inside filled with rice and maybe some essential oils. I thought, well, that's really cute. I was like, my other friend, Emily, really likes Lilo and Stitch. I was like, I could do a little Stitch cross stitch, and I have started it. Didn't take very long at all. It's just a Pinterest picture, actually. And I just blew it up and I just did it off the picture. And all it really has missing is the rest of the blue and his ears up here. And then I'm going to put maybe like a little saying down there. I don't know what I'll put yet. And it'll be a little headache pillow too. I didn't touch my other cross stitch. That's just kind of something I'll just pick up as I want to. What else? Oh, I finished my dining room and it looks so good. I'm so excited about the way it looks. Everybody that comes in was like, oh, look at that. Like, I love your light fixture. And I'm like, oh, really? I made it. I'm like, oh, yeah. I made that. And doesn't it look good? And people are like, oh, how'd you do it? And I'm like, oh, it's a secret. No, I didn't say that. But the total remodel was $67. So I came in under my $100 budget. And I did. I went and got I mentioned last time I wanted a really big mirror. And I got a huge mirror. It's probably like 4 feet by 3 feet or something like that. And it's a big silver mirror with like a big frame, a silver, kind of like an antique silver frame, but it's pretty contemporary looking. I got that on clearance at TJ Maxx for $27. Sorry, I have the hiccups now. I'm a mess today. So really what we did for the paint is, this is all paint I already had downstairs left over from other rooms. So I mixed it together and we did the 3 walls of the dining room. And my dining room and my living room are kind of like an L shape. Like here's the dining room and here's the living room. And then over here's the kitchen, but it's separated by a wall. So I was like, well, I want to do the other walls. So what we did was we used, I'm kind of a paint snob, so we used Sherwin-Williams paint, and it goes so far because it's so thick. It's like pudding thick, and it covers so well. So I thought, well, we have like a bunch of this paint left, but not quite enough to do the rest of these walls. So what we did was we mixed the rest of the white in with the gray that we had left from the dining room, and we painted the rest of the living room. And it looks so good. It's just kind of like a couple shades lighter, but you can't actually really tell it's a different color. You just kind of think, well, the light is shining on it differently. Then we rearranged my living room, and I love it. It's like a whole new house. Like, it just flows so much nicer. But I really couldn't have done it without Sonia, because a lot of times you need like somebody else's opinion. It's hard to do your own house. I can do other people's houses. We did my friend Sarah's house, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's do this and let's do that and let's do this. But when it's your own house, it's like you see it every day. It's hard to do. It's hard to imagine or get outside of it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I hate this and I hate that, but I don't know what to do to fix it. So that's when you need somebody else come in and give you ideas. But I really like it. We did it, and like it was like a 3-day thing. It wasn't that bad at all. And I came behind her, and I'm not really that good at painting. Sonia was a professional painter at one point, and she's like, I tried to do some, and she was like, just let me do that, because I can see where you stopped and I started, or where she stopped and I started. She's like, it's kind of streaky, so just give me that and you do the trim. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, here you go. So she kind of banished me from painting. That's all I really had for crafting. And then I have some shop announcements. I have, a couple weeks ago, Rachel, and her Instagram, I think it's rkirk15, I think, or I can't really remember what her Instagram name is. Anyway, she bought some yarn off me, or she custom ordered it, Harry Potter colors, and she's doing a really, really cool Harry Potter kit, and she's selling, it's her and a few other people. One, I can't really remember what their names are, but anyway, if you look at my Instagram feed, there is a post about it. It's called like Harry Potter Club. I don't know, some sort of club, but you'll see it on my Instagram feed. Sorry, I'm not really giving you great information. But anyway, it's the Harry Potter house colors, and in this kit, you'll get Birdie Bot's every color flavor, or every flavor being stitch markers. You get hand spun Cheviot yarn. You get a quarter skein of my yarn, and you get a bag, all for like $42. You guys should really jump on that. She said there was about 12 spots left, and that's a really good deal. But anyway, somebody else was like, hey, can you dye me some? I don't really want to do the kit. I want to get all the colors. And I was like, okay. So I did. I asked Rachel first, and she said, yeah, that was fine. So I dyed up some other ones to go with it, and I've already sold them to my friends, sorry. But I'm doing them. I'm doing more yarn as a custom order. If anybody wants any in the house colors, which I'm sure I'm not the first one to do it, but I don't really actually know of anybody else dyeing the house colors, but I'm sure there are. But if you want me to do it, I will be taking orders just for a limited time. Probably till the end, I'm just going to say to the end of January, unless I get really slammed with orders, and then I'm going to say, okay, that's enough for right now. Sorry. But anyway, all I have to show you right now is Gryffindor and Slytherin, because that's really all I have dry at this point. Everything else has been sent out. But here is Gryffindor. This is a quarter skein, obviously. And it has the dark red and gold. And then there is Slytherin, which is emerald and silver. And this is yet to be reskeined. This is how it looks. Kind of like one of those Muppet things that are from space. But anyway, it's the emerald green. It's more emerald than it's showing, at least to me on here. And then, of course, Hufflepuff is black and yellow, and Ravenclaw is kind of like a steel and blue. So if anyone wants those, please contact me through my Etsy shop, I guess, and that would be a good place. contact me through Etsy and let me know, and I'll send you a PayPal invoice. There'll probably be around a 2-week turnaround on those. I have a few other things listed in that Etsy shop right now because a lot of people were messaging me saying that they couldn't find my shop or anything. I thought, well, maybe that's because I haven't listed anything for a while, and I was like, I don't want to like get rid of my shop because a lot of people really only know where to find me and that it's there. And I don't want to get rid of my shop because all my reviews and everything are on there. So I'm going to kind of keep it active by randomly posting things for sale on there. So just to keep a lookout still. But anyway, I am going to be posting a few sock blanks on there. And this is one that I did that is tie-dye. I love doing tie-dye. This is kind of like a rainbow tie-dye because there's red and orange and blue. I kind of have to hurry up because my battery is dying. And kind of a purple, and then on one end there's this red. So really, you could do a shawl with like a border that's red or whatever, but I really love tie-dye the way it looks. And this is on Sparkle Sock. So look for that in the shop. Or I can maybe try to redo that if you want, if it's gone and you want it. But sock blanks are, especially tie-dye, everyone's going to be different. I can kind of get as close as I can, but it's not going to be the same. But I think that's it. My phone's about to die, so I'm going to go plug it in. Until next time, I should have like a closing thing, but I don't. I'm just going to say, until next time, I'll talk to you next week.